asking about the wisdom behind choosing the name Idris. Do you know all about Idris?
You see, I can look back now and see that even when I embraced Islam, I was already thinking about telling other people about Islam. I can look back now and see that because, of course, you don't have to change your name when you become Muslim. This is very important. You don't have to change your name. And when I lived in the UK, I kept my old name. But when I came to live in Egypt, it just seemed more obvious to me that as a Muslim, I would have a Muslim name. So that's why I changed it. So I looked for names. And I said to myself, when you look in the mirror, you don't look like Ali or Abdullah or Hussein. So I thought, well, what name could I choose? And I looked in Quran and I saw what is Kofil Kitab Idris. And just in a tiny it said, it tells us about Prophet Idris. And I thought to myself, I thought if I tell people in London my name is Idris, they'll say to me, Idris, what's that? And I'll be able to tell them, well, I'm Muslim. It's a Muslim name. So that's why I chose it, to tell people about Idris. As for Tawfiq, we all live, it seemed to me, but it's true, we all live by the Tawfiq of Allah. So that's why I'm now I want to say something to you before the next question, or the final question, and that's about my books. Okay? Now this is very important, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Wherever I'm seeing faces I've not seen for a long time. I've no shame in telling you that wherever I go to talk about Islam, I don't accept a penny from anyone for talking about Islam. Okay? How could I take money for talking about Islam? It's my pleasure to speak about Islam. But I've got to live. There are hungry mouths to be fed back home. So my only source of income is my books. I have no other source of income than selling my books to you. Now, the books, there are various books on sale. And because we love you in Alexandria, these two normally cost £50, but we've said that they're 25. And the smaller ones are normally 25, but we said that they're 15. If you want to pay more and help my work of dawah, that's between you and Allah. But you really would be helping my work and helping me to live by supporting by the books. That's one thing. Another thing is, I'm delighted to see some new Facebook friends and some old Facebook friends. Sister Omnea over here, for example, all during the slaughter in Gaza. We messaged each other and talked about Gaza many times. Delighted to see you here tonight, sister. And so Facebook, Idris Tawfiq Group, join or add me on Facebook, Idris Tawfiq. My website, www.idristawfiq.com, and my email, admin@idristawfiq.com. So it's very simple. Anyone who writes, I'll answer, but some of them might take a little bit of time because I get lots of messages.
Just very brief questions, and we take the home ones. To say that Islam, how can you strive to or participate in changing the tortured image of Islam, and what have you offered for what have you offered for your Western community, and you feel that you should do something for them as a Muslim, and how do you see the future of Islam in the West, and to talk a little bit about your life before Islam? I think that's it.
That's a talk, not a question. The future of Islam, that's easy. That's easy, the future of Islam. As Muslims, we say, Allahu Akbar. We don't say Amrika al-Akbar. We don't say Israel al-Akbar. We don't say Al-Filus al-Akbar. We say Allahu Akbar. That's the answer. As Muslims, we've no reason to put our hands in our heads and say, what will happen in Iraq? What will happen in Afghanistan? What will happen in Palestine? This is shirk. We are worshipping the idols of power and money and armies. Allah is in control. Allah is in control of this world and everything in it. And nothing happens unless He allows it to happen. So the future of Islam is wonderful both here and all over the place. What were the other questions?
Talk about your life before Islam. Briefly.
Well, in fact, no. Someone asked about my before Islam. Really, that would take me to. I can't do it in a soundbite. It's impossible. So maybe in Ramadan I come back and talk about that. So look at my website. But the one about how can we tell people, how can we correct the image of Islam in the world? This is the final thing we're saying. And again, that's very simple. It's very simple. How do we let people know what Islam is really like? It's easy. We live as Muslims. You know, there are 1.3 billion Muslims in this world. If we lived as Muslims, how the mighty powers of the West would sit up and listen to us and say, we want to be like that. We want to be like those people. They are good men. They're good women. They're men of faith. They pray. They're trustworthy and honest people. They're hardworking. They're not lazy. They're on time. All of these things. But because we don't live as good Muslims, many of the powers of the West look at us and they look down at us. And there's no dialogue between equals because they don't respect the way we're living. So the answer is very simple. We correct. I can't change the world. Neither can you. But all of us together can. And individually we can change the people in our building, the people in the office, the people at school, by the good example we give them. If all we achieve in this life, you know, is that someone says, she is a good woman, I want to be like her. What a fantastic thing we would have achieved. And collectively, as a nation, as a Muslim nation, if we live as Muslims, how the people of the West will look at us and say, wow, we want to be like that. They are Muslim. They have something that we haven't got. We want to be like that. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum.